Good morning, guys. Happy Labor Day. It is Monday morning here in the garage. We're going to be working on the Streetfighter today. So, I did a video a while back. I bought this bike, and it's an incredible bike. Not to take anything away from it, but it looks a little plain in the graphics department. And of course, Ducati puts their stickers there, and they put them like under the clear coat. You can see, again, if my camera will focus, they put the sticker on and then they clear coat over top of it. So really good quality, but doesn't really leave much you can do with it other than wrapping it. And this bike is an aggressive bike, so wrapping it's probably out of the question for me. I don't know, something about red that just screams Ducati. So I did do some graphics on the wheels though. You can see here, where is it? I think I did it on the other side. I did the Ducati Corsa logo on the wheel. There we go. And then on the back wheel, I'll have to move it real quick so you can see it. I did the same thing. I'll push this thing backwards. There we go. Did the same thing on the back wheel. Ducati Corsa. But I want something a little more, and so we're gonna go to the lab and work it up. All right, I've had this vinyl for a while. I was gonna wrap some stuff with it and ended up not doing it. So this is like a battleship kind of gray color. I also have some silvers and stuff, and I've got some flat black, a bunch of different stuff there. Go in the cabinet, yellow, some red back there, some gold. And then of course leftover stuff, highlighter yellow and blue from my vehicle wraps. But I settled on this gray, battleship milky gray. So I worked up a logo here in my vinyl software. I grabbed the V4, blew it up, condensed it a little bit so it fit the V4. As you can see in these other logos, oh come on, it's kind of stretched out, right? It's real stretched. Well, I couldn't do that, so I had to narrow it up a little bit so that it fit on the fairing. Sent it to my vinyl plotter and printed out this. And so now we're going to take this and we're going to apply it to the side of the bike, give it some pop. I'm going to have to break this into two different pieces so I can apply it correctly. I'll just have to be careful and make sure that when I apply it, I get the relationship correct. All right, now we're just gonna separate these into two different graphics. And I'm trimming off a lot of the excess here because the place we're putting on the bike is really tight. Not a lot of room for forgiveness. So we can't really have too much excess. So I debated between doing white and silver, but I think this gray here matches pretty well with some of the original silver accents that are on the bike. And so what I'm thinking about, let's see if I can lay this out here for you. I'm thinking about a V4 right there. I think it'll look pretty cool. All right, let me alcohol wipe this to get all the oil off of it, and we'll get started. The reason we alcohol wipe is to remove any waxes or oils or grease or anything that's on the surface of the paint, because any of that stuff will prevent the sticker from adhering properly. So we want to have a good stick. So we'll just clean this, and what it is, it's just a mixture. I put it in this bottle, but rubbing alcohol and water, 50% mixed. All right, we got the V on. Stretched it around. Looking pretty cool. Now it's time to see if we can fit that 4 over there. All right, we got the logo on. I'm not happy with it. It looks cool from back here. When you get up on it, I didn't properly do that little seam there, and so it keeps lifting. And this bottom right here around the radiator cap, I'm not happy with some of the wrinkles that are in it. So I'm gonna pull it back off. So much for that. I think what we're gonna do is make it smaller, and I think it'll work. Make it just a little bit smaller so we don't have to go over some of those extreme curvatures. Plus it's really sweaty and humid out here, and so hard to stick when it's like that. All right, we got it a little smaller here. I think this is gonna work. We shrunk the height by about 1 inch, which took like 3 inches off of the width. So now we'll cut it. Alright, there's both our logos. Alright, we got all the decals printed. And now this is a little smaller, and so I think we can fit it all the way up here without getting into that radiator cover bulge and then off the corner of this. And still, I mean, it's still plenty big. There we go, no stretch. Tucked down in there nice. Fits good, and then we got plenty of room for the 4 over here. So much better. Everything's sitting nice and flat. We avoided the radiator cap. If you step back, just a nice little pop to the bike. Lets you know what you're working with. Some people ask if this is a V2. It says it down here from the factory, Streetfighter V4. But you can't read that when you're beside it in traffic. And there you go. Now we just gotta do the other side. Do this transfer paper here, the backing paper. Let's see here. We gotta align it with the top. I think that'll work. So now on this, I'm gonna actually just pull the transfer paper off after this is done, because this curvature here, I don't know, well, we might be able to do it. I don't know how it's gonna lay here. We'll probably want to do the transfer paper. All right, so let's peel this off here. And once we peel it off, then we can stretch this vinyl out a little bit better, because the transfer paper doesn't really stretch. There we go. So we'll go ahead and we want to lay that inside corner first of the 4, because if not, then it'll wrinkle right there. We can always work our way out. Go. Sweet. Look at that. V4 logo on that side. Now we want to use some heat, set all the corners down, make sure they don't lift. We got to activate the glue that's in the vinyl. We'll get it all up to temperature, and then I'll run my finger around the edges and make sure we got good pressure on it. I want to say this is Hexus vinyl. I want to say it's like 160, 180 under temperature. If you get it too hot, you'll actually end up softening it, and when you slide your fingers across it, you'll stretch it. I'm pulling the heat back away from it, so I'm not going too crazy with it. Really, you want to pay attention to the areas where there's any sort of curvature. That's where it's going to want to lift. All right. There you have it. And it looks like paint. Like, it looks like it's part of the paint. You can see the reflections real nice in it. That's cool. I like that. Got it pulled out in the driveway for a quick photo shoot, and it looks killer. It's funny how something so simple can take a bike and make it look so much better. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It looks factory. It helps that it's a sick bike to begin with. But I think we just took it to the next level. Made it so much more aggressive looking. So let's see if we can get some action shots of it riding down the road with these graphics. So that pretty much wraps it up. That's our mod for today. Super simple. It took like 20 minutes and it made the bike look sick. So you guys, if you want these graphics, you can check out our eBay store below. I'll put a link in the description where you can get these decals. I'm not sure what we'll sell them for yet, but I'll have it up by the time I post this video. And super easy to install. And if you want to know how to install them, you watch the video. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure and subscribe so you don't miss any more videos, and we'll see you in the next one.